Hello everybody, Raptor King of the West here, and today we are playing Fazbear Entertainment Storage. We'll be playing Night 6, which I have not beaten yet. This'll be my first time beating it. Have I started it before? Yes. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not gonna lie to you at all. I have started it before, but I have not beaten it. And it's been a while, so I don't really know what's going on. If I remember, like, a little bit, I'll let you guys know. But, for the most part, I mean, it'll be pretty obvious if I remember anything, because I'll be doing things right. There we go. There's definitely something there if you play it backwards. Hey, we got all the destroyed animatronics, finally. Took long enough. Oh, they moved. They moved during the time of that call. I forget what... I don't know. Oh, wait, is this... Oh. I'm sorry. What? Okay. Hi, Spring Bonnie. This isn't how I wanted to introduce you guys, but I didn't want to say anything during the phone call. I do genuinely believe that there is something if you play the phone call in reverse. And considering that I'm probably the one editing this, because I am recording it far too close to upload day, I'll just have to remember to run a clip of that reversed right here.
I pray that you never turn away thy light. Defeat me, and spring thy trust upon my enemies when I cry out to thee.
Someone used one of the suits. We had a spare in the back, a yellow one. Someone used it. Now none of them are acting right.
From said that they become like those peculiar demons, which dwell in outer but no light may be found. For my soul is filled with evil, and at this place must be burned. For the dead know no sleep in their graves, nor dost thou remember them, until they are destroyed through thy hands.
Did anything happen? Was it cool? I hope it was cool. I hope it was really cool. I'm gonna live with the idea that it was cool. Okay. Here they are! Fredbear and Spring Bonnie. I have no idea if I spoiled that in the last episode or not. I don't remember. I also don't remember how to deal with them. I do remember that we have this. Which uses so much power to use. I do remember that. I told you guys I wouldn't lie to you. Where? Oh, goodness me, goodness me. Mess with the power? Like, what happened? You're not... You're gonna go in the vent. I'm getting so much lag for some reason. Okay. See, because here's the thing, is I've started this night a couple of times just from my previous recording attempts of last episode. But I never finished it, and I never saw this happen once. I did not know that this was a thing, and I don't know how to deal with it. I tried electrocuting him, giving him a good old controlled shock. I was about to say shulk. That doesn't mean anything. So, like, I don't know. Come and get me. Come on. Oh. I successfully avoided being killed. My bad. Can we pull this off? No way. No, okay, we're dying from heat exhaustion. Is my mask on or not? I can't. Okay. Hi. Hi, Fazbear. It attacked your power supply. Fight back while it's vulnerable. Which one? I thought I had to deal with Spring Bonnie. Do I have to be dealing with Fredbear for that? It is so non-specific. It is less specific than using gender-neutral pronouns. It's less specific than using he, him. Because these are both characters that are generally referred to with he, him pronouns. Except for FNAF World. So, like, but it is so non-specific, because it could be anything. I'm assuming it's an animatronic. Okay. See. Something is messing with something. Are you vulnerable now? Neither of you are doing anything. You're gonna go into a vent. You're both here. You're charging. Stop charging. Did that achieve anything? That didn't achieve anything! Fredbear is easy. That's good news. I really like their designs, by the way, because they have these blank, soulless eyes. Unlike other FNAF games, which will make them, like, black and empty, they have these white, soulless, no pupil. It feels almost creepier this way. Like, don't get me wrong, I like how the FNAF games do it normally, but this is a nice, very interesting change of pace. Okay. That's how that works. I do remember that a little bit. That one I will admit. I do remember. You're gonna go up from there. How do I deal with you? Oh, you're up. Okay. That's not what I wasn't expecting you. I was trying to deal with Spring Bonnie. Hi! I was just talking about you. How do I deal with you? Are you gonna tell me? It approaches through the office vent. Seal it before it reaches you. Seal it. Okay. Interesting. Which way? That was very non-specific. Is it this one that I have to seal, or these ones? But yeah, look at these guys. Soulless dead eyes. Love it. Love the damage that we're seeing here. Doesn't really line up with Springtrap. Normally. Most of the damage does, just mainly this arm doesn't. You look really good. You look really good. Really like them. Great designs. Unclear gameplay mechanics? Absolutely. I do wish we had some more to work with on figuring out what we were supposed to do other than just trial and error. Because working with just trial and error gets a little bit annoying. It gets frustrating, right? Because you have to die to figure out what's going on, and then you have to keep dying to figure out what works. With the marionette, when they introduced the marionette, there was a hint. When they introduced Mangle, we had very intuitive design here. That is also very intuitive design, because we see this for the first time, and that behavior for the first time. To me, don't know what I was supposed to do about you. To me, that is very intuitive design, that we're seeing something new for the first time in multiple locations, and there is a warning of, like, there is a bit of text there. Just let it pass through, so I just have to, like, ignore it? Is that what I have to do? So Fredbear's thing where he's messing with the power, that's very intuitive design. I do genuinely believe that one is very clearly communicated. What is not clearly communicated is what we have to do when we see Springtrap here, or here, or here, when he's entering the vents, because we have Seal Vent here, and Seal Vent here. I don't know which one it's gonna be. There's no way for me to find that out. There's no giveaway. Because you don't see Spring Bonnie in any of those cameras, and there isn't a camera for this vent either. When we had Chica, we saw... Hold on. I want to know where you are. You two are both there. When we had Chica, we would see her on this camera, but she would be on the far side of the vent. I looked... But the light flickering thing happens for two animatronics. That flickering happens for Spring Bonnie and for Fredbear. Whatever. I can learn that. I can learn that fine. Chica, though, like, back on what I'm saying here about intuitive game design. And again, do not mistake this for me complaining. Okay? It is genuinely a very good, very fun game. I just have some minor gripes. This is me vocalizing that and explaining, through examples of what it did well, why this feels a bit more confusing. Because Chica will be here, and she will be on the other side there. And when we toggle the seal, we'll see that, oh, that doesn't affect Chica's side. So she'll keep doing her thing, and presumably she'll get down to us over here. And Mangle will be on this side, where we can see that the seal is blocking something on her side. Okay, there we go. And then you're over there. Cool. We've now learned what Spring Bonnie's whole thing is, then, right? And the lights flicker more for Spring Bonnie. But even just looking at this example of don't look at him, this could have been communicated a little bit better by having him not like when you look at him on the cameras or something, or have it so that you can flip down into the office, but as long as you don't look at him, like you're looking away, he doesn't attack. Like having there be... What was that? Having there be a little bit more... Okay. Do I have to... Please ensure the camera is properly connected and your camera drivers are up to date. That's just an actual... Okay. Can't electrocute that. We've seen that for the first time. We tried it, and we couldn't electrocute to fix that. I don't know if there's a way to prevent that. The thing is the only thing that we're getting for how to deal with these is it approaches from the left, don't let it recognize you, listen carefully. We have to assume there that that's talking about Fredbear, because Fredbear is the one that killed us. Could we have a way to recognize that we need to put on the mask for that? Yes, but we don't need to because it is very clearly communicated throughout the game that everything that is entering from this vent needs the mask. Balloon Boy and Toy Bonnie both enter from that side, and both of them you need to put on the mask. Okay, that one is very clear, actually. Spring Bonnie is in our office, which we don't get to see because he'll kill us. But yeah, so that's clearly communicated. The fact that we're listening for an audio cue and that we can't visually see that he is there is a little bit annoying. But it is workable. Like, we can work with that. I don't really have a big problem there because we don't really have any other audio cues that I know about. That is one that is a bit tougher to learn. Especially because that sounded like a very faint, staticky audio cue. So it's a bit fainter than I would like. Oh, what if we do it now? Yes! Ha! I learned something! And that one I didn't learn through trial and error, actually. That one I'm fine with. That one feels fine to learn. It is mainly their attacking that I'm feeling like is a bit tough to learn. Because with Fredbear, sorry, you don't get much cue. You get your visual cue there and an audio cue that you don't know is linked to Freddy, or Fredbear. Okay, so there is a note there, for sure. You're in our office, we could leave. Okay. Building power is fine. We don't really use our flashlight much, unless there's going to be something that I don't know about, but so far it looks like we can't see them when they're about to enter. Once Fredbear is on this camera, I think you can just put on your mask and he'll just enter. Which I'm fine with. I don't have a problem with that. But Spring Bonnie's is weird. Particularly because I don't know what vent he's going through. And because you get no cue whatsoever. Right, with Chica, we also get the cue here, so we know to close that. So if that's where we need to be closing, we're not getting that cue. We need to be looking at it all the way back there. Because I don't remember there being an audio cue for Spring Bonnie being in that vent. There's not one that I noticed. Was that it? That was it! Oh, there is an audio cue! Okay. It is very unclear. No, okay, he did something differently. And I just misassumed. We do have a different audio cue. That's very good to know. And that is for him. I looked down. Okay. We do have a different audio cue, and that is for him messing with the cameras. And that is good to know. I'm actually really fine with the whole messing with the cameras thing. Because your cameras are not strictly necessary. Your cameras aren't strictly necessary, so I'm fine with that. And there was a way to learn that pretty quickly, pretty organically. It wasn't the death message that gave away how I was supposed to deal with that. I still feel like the whole don't see him thing, it feels very punishing for something that can be done and has been done well. Okay, he's in our office. And he's gone. And he's over there. He crawls out, I guess. There we go. Cool, cool. I don't think there's a way to get cameras back online. I don't know. It's not exactly something I'm itching to find out. My main thing with Spring Bonnie is the vent. Most of these I don't really have big issues with. There are some points where it could absolutely be communicated better through game. Where are you? Was it that one? Nope, I had the wrong one. And there is no way to get that back online. Oh, you're there. Cool. You two are both at the start. Is this camera still down? I think that might be down permanently. I think that might be what it's going for. It's night 6. Inherently, it is supposed to be relatively punishing. And then, okay, we got an audio cue. It is for that one. That's the one that makes the most sense for a direct attack. And I get that they're trying to make this more difficult by having there be less visual cues. That was the wrong one. Charge faster. Okay, this takes a while to charge. Yeah, it doesn't even matter. That took too long. Okay, you do not get to make a mistake there. Again, this is night 6. So I'm actually very okay with it being as punishing as it is. I do not see an inherent issue with that. It is a bonus night. That is allowed to be more punishing. My notes on these could be better communicated are, it is just me noting. These things could be better communicated. If this was earlier in the game, I would say they have to be better communicated. Absolutely. If it is something that is like the first 3 nights and it is this difficult to learn, then it needs to be better communicated. But as night 6, that is fine. You can have something that is a bit harder to figure out because you are working with the idea of it is a bonus night for people who have already beaten your whole game, including the hardest night, using all of the mechanics that they already know. Should there be clearer ways that some of this is communicated other than repeated death? Absolutely. I'm not going to pretend that there shouldn't be. But because it is night 6, it's not like wrecking the game. It's not hurting the game. Because night 6 comes with the expectation that it is going to be difficult. And if you have only 2 animatronics, Like, yeah! I don't know how early I have to be closing that for you. Yeah, and there's no visual cue for him. Huh? There isn't. Okay. I like it when it's in the corners, because those ones are easy to identify. No, but like, because this is night 6, the expectations are it's going to be difficult. And you had to get through a lot to get here for a bonus night. I am not expecting night 6 to be holding your hand. Would it be nice to, again, 100 times I will say it, would it be nice to have these like, concepts, these mechanics explained clearer? Yes. But it's not the core gameplay. It is a bonus, and in a bonus, it doesn't really matter as much. Right? And to this game's credit, every single night up to this point was explaining things very, very clearly. Mangle, I was able to figure out very quickly. That was very intuitive. Part of the reason that it was so intuitive is because you see what side Mangle is on, you see what side the vent seal affects, and you see that the vent seal did not affect Toy Chico when she was on the other side. So it's, oh, naturally, this is where this is gonna go. Balloon Boy communicated very clearly. He is on that side. You see him. He doesn't react to the light, so you put on the mask, and he runs off. Toy Freddy. Where are you? Toy Freddy gets introduced over there. You try the mask, it doesn't do anything. You try the light, he goes away. Because you have two options, right? So that is, again, very clearly communicated. Oh, okay, you went there. Don't know what that means. Don't know what I have to do with that. What was I supposed to do? You weren't at a vent. Is that how you're getting in through the vent? Oh. Okay. Sure, there is an entrance there. It explains why we don't get to see you on the camera. Okay. Sure. You know what? Sure. Again, bonus night, very punishing. Totally fine with that. It looks, on this camera, it looks like he's going to climb into a vent, and it does not look like that on this one. I'm just throwing it out there. Especially because if we go to the map toggle, we see this vent and, like, I guess it looks less like an entrance and more like it just goes off versus those denoting vent entrances. I don't know. That one's a bit rough for me. Like, I get it. But that one feels a little bit rough. But no, yeah, like, Toy Freddy there, you have the two things to try. Marionette has a very weird gimmick. Absolutely very strange. You have to look at her on the camera. So what does the game do the first time it introduces her? It tells you to go find her. And you do, and assuming that you actually look on that camera for long enough, which most people will, then she will go away, and you'll be like, okay, that is how that works. And honestly, if you don't look long enough, the learning time for that is very short. Because you will make that mistake once, she will kill you, you will be in that opportunity again, and the next time you will look longer. Because you're trying things, right? So the core gameplay loop... Oh, okay, I took too long. The core gameplay loop is very well communicated. And I would argue, for the most part, these two are fine. The not being able to look in the office thing, I wish was better. I wish that we had a situation... See, like... Because the head's cut off, it looks like it's gonna go and climb up into a vent. You're up there. And now you're down there. Yep. Yep. And it's that easy? What vent do you get out of? Where did you go after that? You're probably on the dead camera. Nope, there you are. You might have been on the dead camera earlier. Having that camera dead's a little bit annoying, but because he only has like one... Fredbear only has one place that he passed to, I am not using that audio cue at all. There is an audio cue, and I did note it. I noted that there was the audio cue, but it's a very subtle audio cue. Okay. Spring Bonnie is in our office. I wish that the camera thing worked a bit differently with Spring Bonnie, where he's gonna shut down your camera. There's a couple ways I can think of it working differently that communicates the whole gimmick of do not look at me if I go into your office, and that is by having it say don't look at me and have like Spring Bonnie's face there, or glitched text with Spring Bonnie when he is going into... Where are you? Are you? You are down there. Sneaky. Having there be some glitched text when Spring Bonnie is messing with the camera saying, do not look at me. But that might have the side effect of making the player think that they're just supposed to flick away from the camera to save it. Which could actually establish that that is how you want the character to behave. Genuinely, that could be a good solution by making it so that Spring Bonnie dislikes it when you look at them on the camera. So if you look, like, saying, oh, you have to look away, would then communicate not to look in the office. I also think having there be a little bit of leeway there, like Spring Bonnie will enter the office while you're not on the camera, and then you have to flick up to pretend to not see it. Because then you also get to see the cool model for Spring Bonnie. Because these are really cool models. They really are. And they should be showing them off. Cam 4. You two are being very aggressive right now. Spring Bonnie is there. Fredbear is there. Keep an eye on Fredbear. Nope. Oh, you're in my office right now, so I will just keep an eye on Fredbear. You're on that camera, Fredbear. Ah! 6 a.m. I did enjoy that, though. I really liked that. all of my notes about, like, clear game design are to be taken with the idea that I did enjoy this game a lot. And they are very minor notes that would have just made the game feel a bit more cohesive. We have credits here. Or do we? This is... We might have had credits. I have no idea. I hit enter, and they disappeared. Let's look at these guys, because these are really cool models. Toy Freddy, Toy Bonnie, Toy Chica, Mangle, who doesn't actually look that different, Balloon Boy, the Puppet. I actually do really like the Puppet, even though it's just such a subtle change. And I'm glad we finally got a look at Balloon Boy, because you don't really get to see him for most of the gameplay. Spring Bonnie, very cool. Fredbear, very cool. Got a little bit of blood there. Good attention to detail. Let's... Oh, we got to see it in the light and the dark? Oh. Okay, that one lagged a bit. Let's see that again. There we go. Very similar. Oh, that is a killer jump scare. What? Ooh. Strange. That one is so... I like it, though. We saw that one a lot. Didn't see that one much. Okay. Different jump scare for light and dark. And then... different again for high temperature. Very cool. Dev notes. That is a hilarious dev note of just like red marker for wherever you want to cut out. That's it. Hey, it works though. Toy Bonnie. Very unofficial mascot. Toy Chica. All our notes for Toy Chica. Yep. Red lining. See, alright, the dev had playtesters and, like, did take mechanical notes. I think that a lot of those just didn't matter for, like I said, didn't really matter for Night 6. 127 individual joints? Okay, you say blessed. I say I don't like animating things as is in 3D. I already find that difficult enough. So many joints. He was a late addition, however, I do not regret adding him to the game in the slightest. Almost without fail, the first hello would cause playtesters to swear it. Oh! I didn't swear when I heard it, but I did say a lot of exclamations in Swedish when I heard it. Marionettes. Very cool. Very, very cool. Initially, the puppet was a bit of a pushover. It could only appear in camps 5 and 7 and went away instantly when looked at. First, puppet was changed to appear in all ground level cameras and then changed again to take a few seconds to leave. Honestly, could have had it appear in the vents. I wouldn't have complained about that. The less is more, though, for the making it creepy. Absolutely. That worked so well. Could have done with a bit of damage on the torso. But, like, you only really see the mask anyway. There's our Spring Bonnie. Very well done. Yeah. Okay. Which were textured in Blender texture paint. They were? For those of you who have not dealt with Blender texture paint, it is rough. Yeah. Ooh, appearance of a crooked smile from certain angles. Yeah! Yeah! Okay. Then there's Fredbear. Based off a nightmare Fredbear. That's fair. Originally, Fredbear would sneak into the office from Can 7 and forcibly pull down the player's monitor while it was up. This function is similar to Wither Down trucks from FNAF 2. The player only had a short amount of time to put on the mask. However, this was both jarring and didn't mesh well with existing gameplay, so the mechanic was changed. I think having it that way would have been better. I am not one of the playtesters. I did not see how that did originally mesh with gameplay. And there may have... No. I mean, I don't know if the dev had playtesters for Night 6, because these two were added very late, they said. But I feel like having Fredbear pull it down, having an animation for that, maybe it would have been too jarring and not mesh well, but I feel like that would have made the idea clearer of what you had to do. Lovely notes, lovely. Very cool. And then we have Custom Night 2020-2020. The Show Must Go On. Creepy Crawlies. Power Struggle. Follow Me. Just those three. Cupcake Challenge. Golden Freddy. I wouldn't be opposed to doing the custom nights for this game, actually. To playing those. Because I really enjoyed this. This was a lot of fun. But I also keep saying I'm going to do custom nights and then never doing the custom night for that game. I still haven't done the Sad Puppet Night for Five Nights at Candy's 3. I'll do it eventually, probably, but like, you know. I like recording new things. Not only like new FNAF N games, but like new games in general. Usually horror games. Sometimes, occasionally non-horror. Minecraft. No. Nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you have an amazing day, and goodbye.